RetroTech Ralph is proudly sponsored by my friends at One Click Print. However you want your prints, they offer quality and premium service on a variety of materials. Visit them at oneclickprint.com. Hi guys, RetroTech Ralph here, another teardown video for you. This is a power brick for an Xbox 360S. Now this was a donation from Leslie B. She's been on the Patreon's list at the beginning of the videos for quite a while. If you want to donate something, please get in touch. Please like, subscribe, yada yada yada, all that sort of stuff. But if you want to donate something, I'll do a video on it. It's not a problem. Could be anything. Well, to be honest, most things go anyway. So what we have here is, yeah, your power brick. She donated an Xbox 360 as well. She did say that it's making a lot of noises, and the power supply is the fans going round all the time, so it's obviously overheating. So what I guess with these anyway is there's a fan inside here, sucks in air, pushes out air, and it's surprising how long from when I've unplugged this thing the power light stays on for. But never mind, that's different. You need to get into these. This is a lot of these tech stuff is they're starting to get a little old, even the Xbox 360, because the Xbox range has got quite a few other things after this. So you need to keep a bit of maintenance on these and make sure they're all working all right. So with that in mind, taking this to pieces, there are 4 feet on the bottom. Usually there are 3 on this one, but it's exposing what screw is underneath. You need a hex screw, which should be a, oh, what is that, a CRV? Might be a 5 or T10. There you go, T10 screw. Now these feet do come off. However, what you need to be careful of is underneath here, there's a plastic thing there. So you need to try and twist that round to get that off. There you go. They don't actually go in place and screw in place, they're just pushed in, and then the rubber feet are pushed on top of. So try and do that with all 4 corners. This one's a bit damaged anyway, but it is perfectly fine. If this were actually pull out normally, I would be happier to keep it as is. Aha, there you go, done. Thank you very much for listening to me. So it's a rubber foot on a plastic gubbin cover, shall we say. So remove all 4. Aha, 2 came out perfect. So get your H10, T10 screwdriver, and hopefully that's gone. Yeah, that's turned off by now. I did check it just then anyway, so it is powering up fine. Now, they are quite a long screw, but not too bad anyway. As a lot of these things just need a little bit of maintenance. A lot of stuff like the Xbox Ones, they're not right for recapping or anything like that, because usually the caps were done quite quality ones back in the day. They're down to a budget, obviously, but there's nothing that really needs doing to anything from this sort of generation, the PlayStations and so forth. I mean, yeah, we've got the 360s, the originals that had the red ring of death, which, yeah, you've got no chance with them. There's certain ones of the Xbox 360s that if you've got a power supply called the Jasper, or the connector which is the Jasper, get one of those. I have, I think I've got 3 Xbox 360s in here, and I think 2 of them are the Jaspers. No, the original ones, I've got 2. One's a Jasper, one isn't, but the other one isn't is what somebody donated quite a while ago like this, and I haven't done anything with it because it's got a red ring of death on it. And if anybody comes out with a decent solution to the red ring of death, please get in touch. Now, Bernie, hot, faff, don't touch sort of stuff. Now there's an LED on the front of here, which will show you the power on there. Hopefully, this should have been completely gone and finished and happy. What I'm interested in is this fan here. Now, looks perfectly alright, doesn't seem to be any problems whatsoever. The power supply is working fine, there's no need for me to do anything. It doesn't do much anyway. That is actually come off of there, but it's not essential. A bit of hot glue, I could secure that back in place if I needed to. If not, then just put that in place, put the cover on, and we're done. It will flap around the tiniest bit, so it's not entirely essential, but I might put some sort of hot glue underneath that anyway. So let's get down to this. Now I need a tiny screwdriver for this. Is that small enough? We think yes. So let's get the parts off of here. Small posi drive, Phillips screwdriver on there. Not much to get out. Small screw. Looks like there's only 3 holding this in, but with this being the first time I've opened one of these, and that's why I've got the other section away from me, because I've got a little bit of reputation of touching what I don't need to. So here we have the fan, and there we go. This is what is making the noise on here. Is it sucks in air from the back, pushes it through, probably sucks in through these 2 vents on the front of here, comes to the gap, it's pushed through here and then pushed out, or whatever, all the other way around. Probably pushed out from the back, to be honest. So when that's in, it's probably, the air is pushed through the vents at the front, then takes the heat from the power supply, and then goes through the fan, and then it's chucked straight out the back. So with this, you will collect lots of dust and crap over the years. Simple to do. You can blow out the air, you can use an air compressor, you can use a small, I use a CompuClean, which is fine. Even getting a toothbrush and brushing out as much as you can to get it all out, that's your best option. If you haven't got anything over the top and you're not doing this for a kind of a hobby, just doing it as a maintenance thing, then fine, get as much out as you can. This was running before, when it's been plugged into the Xbox, at full speed, so it's definitely needed to be unplugged. It's almost like, it's like putting a jumper on in the middle of summer. You're gonna get hot. So basically just clean things out and it stops things getting overheat. You can do these screws here, but the way I'm going to do it is just blasting the air through it to get rid of as much of this crap in here. The fan's moving perfectly fine. So let me get this blown out, a little bit of all the fluff out of here, and get back to you in a second. There we go, fan blown out. It's not perfect. It will do. Like I said, it would be better taking off all 3 of these screws and that little holding one for this cover. Actually, the cover might on its own just do. Just clipped on the side there, potentially clipped on the side there and there, then you can get into where the fan is. But this is perfectly fine. Everything's clean, everything's fine. It's ready for another 5 years worth of sat underneath your television. So back in place, that will go there. That will go there. That way around. Make sure the cable is through that little notch inside there. Screw this back in place with the 3 tiny little posi drive screws. I think that's actually missed where it's going to go. Yeah, there's a notch there it wants to go in. Why does that not want to go in there? There's a potential on these where you're going to crack the plastic pegs, which there's nothing much else which you can do when you've done that, apart from maybe put a bit of super glue on. Am I putting the right screws on here? Because that just comes straight off. Yeah, looks like the pegs may have split a little bit. That's fine. Unless I've actually missed it completely. Yeah. There. I thought it was actually inside there, the gap, but it isn't. It's in front of where this piece of plastic is. Put it back again there against it, slide up, and I can just see the hole there. If that one there goes in, then I'm happy. That is better. I feel like going in. So if it doesn't look like it's going in, 1, you may have broken the pegs. 2, you may not be in the right place. 2. With stuff like this, with the newer stuff, you're not going to damage the pegs as often as say like a ZX Spectrum, because the plastic on that is yeah, let's just say it's quite old. Not as old as me, unfortunately, but old enough. So that in there, back on the fan. This will only go one way, so make sure you get the right way. There should be a line on there which goes at the top, closest to where the transform bit is. That, don't play with that. I don't think I'm going to bother with sticking that in place. It's not really needed. So, back round, 4 screws back in. Four screws and 3 feet later. One, just as soon as you start feeling it tight and holding it, there's no need to go hell for leather on this. I mean, you will need a security bit. Let me just show the end of one of these. I mean, your screw bit there is the hex screw, but there is that little gap in the middle, that thing in the middle there. So you will need a screwdriver with a hole in the middle. So it is kind of a little bit of security bit, but the hole goes there. You can break off that little peg in the middle if needed. It is possible to do, or just possibly even using a flathead screwdriver to get inside this. There's no real point. There's plenty of hex screwdrivers out there. So with these, that's one rubber and a foot. They just push into place. That is a foot, that is a plastic, so that pushes into place. That should push into place. And that is just one on its own. So I'll cover that hole anyway, so it's fine. So there's 1 foot missing. I'll just plug this back in, make sure that the power light comes on there, and let's turn that on. There she goes, red light showing there. So that is now ready to go, cleaned up. You can clean the outside if you want a little bit, if not then that's a perfectly working power brick for the Xbox 360 S. So easy mod, easy, well, it's not really upgrade, it's just essential maintenance that you should really be doing. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow me on social media, share this video if you like, and get in touch if you want to donate or be part of the channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.